Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her.
Go ahead.
Now therefore restore the man his wife.
Read it again.
Now therefore restore the man his wife.
What verse you in?
Verse 7.
Read it again.
Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die.
Read on.
Thou and all that are thine.
Okay, what chapter you in?
Genesis chapter 20.
Okay, verse what?
Verse 7.
Read on.
Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine.
Okay, everybody was going to die, okay, because they was wicked. Okay, everybody got that? Read on.
Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and told all these things in their ears.
Go ahead.
And the men were sore afraid.
Read on.
Then Abimelech called Abraham, and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou, that thou hast done this thing?
Yeah, why would you do this? What did you see about me and my people that you have done this thing? Read on.
And Abraham said, Because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place.
Everybody see that, right? Okay, so Abraham was wise, okay? He had the spirit of God in him. He knew he was among some wretched heathens, okay? This is the worst of the heathens, okay? Between them, the Arabs, and the Edomites. Everybody understand that? These are the worst of the heathens. Everybody got that, right? Everybody, and at this time, Ham was on, Ham was thinking he was doing something in his little areas, So, he was the worst of the heathens. Read on.
And they will slay me.
What verse you in?
Verse 11.
Read it again.
And Abraham said, Because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place.
Read on.
And they will slay me for my wife's sake.
Read on.
And yet indeed, she is my sister.
Read on.
She is the daughter of my father.
Read on.
But not the daughter of my mother.
Read on.
And she became my wife.
Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that, right? Everybody got that, right? So she was his sister. See that? They ain't lying. So you're going to say, well, what about Isaac? Was Rebecca Isaac's sister? And yeah, she was. How about that? How about that? Huh? How about your wife being your sister? How about that? How about that? Before you got married to her, what you was calling her? You was like, hey, sister, you got a pen? Sister, can I speak to you for a minute? When you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, we are brothers and sisters, all right? We come from the same nation, of the same people, of the same stock. For all the people that want to say the Bible got some lies in it, Every word of God is true. Do everybody understand that? All right, tell them where you at.
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
And yet indeed, she is my sister.
Go ahead.
She is the daughter of my father.
Read on.
But not the daughter of my mother.
Read on.
And she became my wife.
Read on.
And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is thy kindness, which thou shalt show unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, He is my brother. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen.
Okay, so verse 13 show you that Abraham knew to do his travels, he was going to be traveling amongst godless people. And that because they had no morals, because they had no God or the true God, that he wasn't safe in his travels with his wife. Okay, everybody understand that? Everybody got that? These were heathens. Okay, like I said, Jacob experienced that. All his daughter went out to do, Dinah just went to see the other sisters, okay? She went to see the other women. She went to see the daughters of the land and got snatched. Ended up defiled. The people are going to say, well, what was the purpose of the discussions and him wanting to marry her and he fell in love with her after he raped her. So he went to his father as the heathen he is, get me this woman a wife, okay? Because he took her unjustly. So there was a problem. The problem was that she was already defiled, okay? She was defiled because the Israelites are not supposed to lay down with Canaanites. That's been that way from the beginning, okay? The daughters of Heth were heifers, okay? And they were commanded not to take any of the daughters of Heth or any of the Canaanites. And that commandment went all the way up to Deuteronomy chapter 7, when the Lord was telling Israel not to make marriages with them. And he was naming all the Canaanite nations. Do everybody understand that? So the thing that ought not to be done, the story I'm referring to now is when Dinah was taken by what was it? Let's go to that story. Where's that at? Genesis 36, I believe it is. Go to Genesis 36. It takes time to get this history so you can understand what was going on. It's not 36. Genesis 34. This Hivite is what I was looking for. Okay. Get Genesis 34 and read the first verse. Read it.
And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land.
Okay, all she did was go out to see the daughters of the land. Read on.
And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her.
So Shechem, the son of Hamor, okay, the Hivite, he was a Hivite. Very important to pay attention to his nationality. He was a Hivite. Everybody understand that? Read on.
Prince of the country saw her, he took her and lay with her.
Okay, so that's what they would do. Now you see why Abraham was saying what he was saying? Does it make sense now? Why he was saying, say you my sister, does it make sense now? Because if they seen she had a husband, they couldn't just grab her. So what they would do is they would try to kill her husband first and then lay with her. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Read on.
And defiled her, and his soul claimed.
Okay, now his defilement, the defilement of her was not only the rape, but the fact that it was a Gentile, it was a Canaanite that actually had laid with her. The scripture is going to tell you later on as you read on that this thing ought not to be done, which means that it was a law against it, that the Israelites were not supposed to lay down or marry, which is laying down, marry a Canaanite. Do everybody understand that? And the Hivites are Canaanites. Do everybody understand that? Read on.
And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob.
Go ahead.
And he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel.
Read on.
And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife.
Go ahead.
And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter.
Yeah, Jacob heard that this Hivite laid down with his daughter Dinah. Read on.
Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come.
Read on.
And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him.
Read on.
And the sons of Jacob came out of the field.
Read on.
When they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth.
Read on.
Because he had brought folly in Israel.
He have done what?
Brought folly in Israel.
Read on.
And laying with Jacob's daughter.
Read on.
Which thing?
Read it again.
Which thing?
Read it one more time.
Which thing?
Read on.
Ought not to be done.
It was a law preventing that. When something is not to be done, there's a law against it. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Okay, the law was that they could not marry Canaanites from the very beginning. Everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7. And read verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 1. Read that.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Now this is when the children of Israel came out of Egypt as a nation, and the Lord was going to bring them back into the land of Canaan to take it over. Read on.
And hath cast out many nations before thee.
And all these godless nations, see, Abimelech tried to act like he was righteous, but the Lord is going to dispossess all these nations of this land because they were evil, they were wicked. Do everybody understand that? Not too far from this area was Sodom and Gomorrah. This give you an idea of how wicked all these people were. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Read on.
The Hittites.
The what?
Hittites.
Now, before we go to the names, give me Genesis chapter 27. Genesis chapter 27. And read verse 46, just to get to the point. Genesis chapter 27, verse 46. Read that, please.
And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life.
Read on.
Because of the daughters of Heth.
The daughters of Heth. Do everybody understand that? Okay, which were Canaanites. Read on.
If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth.
Read on.
Such as these, which are of the daughters of the land.
Read on.
What good shall my life do me?
So you see the attitude towards marrying these heathens. You're going to see the same attitude when Esau went and ran and grabbed some of them daughters of the land, which was somebody's question. The hell you doing with these heathens? With these, they running around by that, that was the bronze period, okay? So most likely they was running around with bronze sticks in their lip and all that, See how if they running around like that now, okay? This was the Bronze Age, okay? Probably had a bronze baby hanging from their breast. You don't know what the hell, All I know is Rebecca was like, if you take that to wife, kill me now. You're going to bring that home, a bronze plate in the lip. They had a bronze plate in the lip. They was learning how to work with bronze. They was getting nice with it. So now let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. But again, it was against the law. Don't mess with those heathens, okay? Sure. It's going to be clear as day in Genesis. Whoever can't understand this, because you got some people that just want to argue, okay? They're going, Dana agreed to the marriage. Dana ain't agreed to nothing. Yet you don't know the time of that period. Once you slept with a woman, pretty much the woman had to stay with the man if it couldn't be proven that it was rape. That was the law of that period. You had David's son that slept with his sister. He raped his sister. And after he raped her, his sister was like, I got to be with you now. And he was like, get out. So she was like, you already don't do so wickedly, my brother. As a woman, when a man already took you, you were supposed to stay with that man. If nobody can prove that it was rape, if you didn't scream, if you was caught in the act, you had to stay with that individual. Look at how David's daughter reacted to her brother. After he took her, she knew she had to stay. He told her to get out, had the guards drag out the room, and then told him to put a bar lock on the door. Don't let her back in. So when people talk, they don't understand the language and the knowledge and the wisdom of the scriptures. And this is why they miss the understanding that God has given out of the scriptures. That's why Christ says, search the scriptures. You err because you know not the scriptures. If you knew the scriptures, you wouldn't be in error. You wouldn't be in sin. Do everybody understand that? And the only way you can know the scriptures is God got to he got to open up that understanding. So when Dinah was taken by this Shechem, now Jacob had to figure out what he was going to do because the guy already laid with her. So the sons had an idea of what to do. They were like, we know what to do. He's going to grab our sister like she a whore? You're going to see at the end of the story, that's exactly how they spoke to Jacob. He think he's going to deal with our sister like some whore? We know exactly what to do. You want to marry our sister? Well, this thing can't be done in Israel. While you heathens are uncircumcised. So Shechem was so in love with Dinah, okay? I ain't going to go into that breakdown, but he was, leave that one alone. He was whipped. Okay, I just can't, I'm pretty sure the young ones think that he got a beating and all that, I just can't leave a breakdown alone. I just can't. I got to touch the stuff that pastors refuse to touch. Because they ain't no pastors. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So Shechem was whipped, okay? And he was willing to do anything to keep that woman with him. Everybody understand? So when his son said, it was primarily Levi and Simeon, okay? That convinced everybody else. Let them be circumcised if they want to be. We want all the men of the nation. You're not just Shechem. All of y'all got to get circumcised. This guy was the prince. His father, he wanted this sister. His father wanted to give him everything he wanted. They agreed to being circumcised. So the way the Bible reads is while they was in the soreness of their circumcision, okay? Simeon and Levi came up boldly upon the city, okay? So it's time to pay for treating our sister like a whore. Dinah was still in their possession, in their house. They killed everybody, took Dinah, came back to Jacob and said, here's your daughter. Now, Jacob being the father that he is, getting older and all that like he was, and being worried about everything that he was worried about. He was worried about all the Canaanite nations that were surrounding him, coming together in an alliance to kill him and his children. So he was upset that they did that without including him, without trying to even get his advice on what they was doing. And their last response to him out of anger was, what did you want us to do, Dad? Just let him treat our sister like a whore? And Jacob remained silent about that issue until the day of his death. And when he was on his deathbed, he said, Simeon and Levi, you are brothers in your anger. Cursed be your anger. So I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm gonna show you I got power over you as my sons. Everybody understand that? Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7 now. So we see that the Israelites had a problem with marrying the Canaanites, and now you're going to get it, Moses reaffirming this law, giving it to the nation of Israel. The same way we know there's a law in Genesis 9 and 6 about you can't murder. The law was already given. What Moses is doing is he's reaffirming the law. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? To the nation of Israel as a whole. Get Deuteronomy chapter 7 and read verse 1 more time.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Read on.
And have cast out many nations before thee.
Read on.
The Hittites.
The what?
The Hittites.
The Hittites, go ahead.
And the Girgashites.
The Girgashites, go ahead.
And the Amorites.
And the Amorites, go ahead.
And the Canaanites.
The Canaanites, go ahead.
And the Perizzites.
And the Perizzites, go ahead.
And the Hivites.
Read it again.
And the Hivites.
Read it one more time.
And the Hivites.
Who was a Hivite, everybody? Who was a Hivite? Who was a Hivite? Shechem was a Hivite. Okay? That's why the scripture said this thing ought not to be done. And the Hivites, read on.
And the Jebusites.
Read on.
7 nations.
Read on.
Greater and mightier than thou.
Read on.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them.
Read on.
And utterly destroy them.
Read on.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Read on.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Okay, so Shechem and his father came to make a covenant. What would the Lord say? Thou shalt make no covenant with them, destroy them. Read on.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Read on.
Neither shalt thou make marriages.
Read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages.
Read it one more time.
Neither shalt thou make marriages.
Read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages.
Read it one more time.
Neither shalt thou make marriages.
Read on.
With them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. I'm just going to give you another precept just to close the book on the story. Just in case it ain't closed yet, you're dealing with somebody real hard-headed. Okay. It said the Canaanites and the Hivites. The Hivites wasn't Canaanites. These people are dumb like that, yeah? So let's take you to the table of nations in Genesis chapter 10. Go to Genesis chapter 10. To show you that the Hivites are Canaanites. Everybody understand that? Genesis chapter 10. And we're going to start at verse 6. Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. Read that, please.
And the sons of Ham.
Actually, read the first verse.
Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah.
Read on.
Shem.
Read on.
Ham. And Japheth.
Okay, everybody see that, right? Read on.
And unto them were sons born after the flood.
Give me verse 6, please.
And the sons of Ham.
Read on.
Cush and Mizraim.
Okay, Cush and Mizraim. Read on.
And Put.
Read on.
And Canaan.
Read on.
And the sons of Cush.
Go ahead.
Seba and Havilah and Sabta and Raamah and Sabtica. And the sons of Raamah, Sheba.
Let's just get to the point. Give me verse 15.
And Canaan begat Sidon.
Read it again.
And Canaan begat Sidon,
Read on.
his firstborn,
Read on.
and Heth,
And Heth. Remember the daughters of Heth? Y'all remember that? Read on.
and the Jebusite,
And the Jebusites. Isn't that Deuteronomy chapter 7? Read on.
and the Amorite,
Read on.
and the Girgashite,
Read on.
and the Hivite,
Read it again.
and the
Read it
Hivite,
one more time.
and the Hivite,
Read it again.
and the Hivite.
So it's the Hivites, Canaanites, everybody. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 20. Genesis chapter 20. It's good to know what you're talking about. Everybody understand that? Well, you're supposed to always know what you're talking about. But it's definitely good to know what you're talking about. People don't know what they're talking about. I'm telling you, listen, when you're discussing the Bible with the average individual, have that confidence that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, okay? That's how you approach that conversation, that they don't know nothing. Everybody understand that? Because they don't. You're going to find it out as they keep running their mouth. Where did we leave off in Genesis chapter 20?
Verse 12.
Okay, read Genesis chapter 20, verse 12 again.
And yet, indeed, she is my sister.
Go ahead.
She is the daughter of my father.
Read on.
But not the daughter of my mother.
Read on.
And she became my wife.
And she did what?
Became my wife.
Read on.
And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house,
Read on.
that I said unto her, This is thy kindness, which thou shalt show unto me, at every place whither we shall come. Say of me, he is my brother.
Go ahead.
And Abimelech took sheep, and oxen, and men servants, and women servants.
Read on.
And gave them unto Abraham.
Read on.
And restored him Sarah, his wife.
The characteristic, the personality of this individual, you could clearly see he was naive, but he was more honorable than his son. Do everybody understand that? He gave Abraham. He wasn't jealous of anything, but when he got threatened by God in that dream, he feared God, and he made sure that he did good unto Abraham because he knew that God was with him. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Read on.
And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before thee.
Did he kick Abraham out? Huh? What did he say?
My land is before thee.
Read on.
Dwell where it pleaseth thee.
Okay, again, a difference in the personalities. Read on.
And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver.
This guy was scared, okay? Do everybody understand that? He was scared. He didn't get at Abraham when he had Sarah in his house. Everybody understand that? But after the dream, he gave Abraham all that, just like the Egyptians gave up their jewels because they was afraid. Read on.
Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eye.
Meaning, listen, I know this is your husband, okay? So don't try to still tell me he's your brother, okay? I already got the truth, okay? This is your husband. Covering of the eyes, meaning a veil for a sister, meaning she's married. Okay, read on.
Unto all that are with thee.
Read on.
And with all other, thus she was reproved.
Okay, so the correction was that he knew that was her husband, and he was telling her that he knew. Read on.
So Abraham prayed unto God.
Read on.
And God healed Abimelech.
Read on.
And his wife.
Read on.
And his maidservant.
Read on.
And they bare children.
Read on.
For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs.
So the Lord had did what?
Fast closed up all the wombs.
Read on.
Of the house of Abimelech.
Of the house of Abimelech. Do everybody understand that?